Yes. So it's a warm, I think, very happy afternoon. The clouds are shading us, give us some relax from the heat. So today it's a session 15, unit number 5, 14 July 2021. Our subject code is K060, Idea to Business Model for the BTech 6th semester. Today we will learn the importance and barrier to communication. And tomorrow or day after tomorrow, we can go for the quiz contest from unit 1. So everyone be ready with the multiple choice question. And we can plan, tomorrow we can plan how we can go for the quiz contest of day after tomorrow or any other. So that quiz contest will help us for revision also. And it is a very effective learning by doing. So once you or be an organizer, you ask a question from your colleague, then your colleague answer. If colleague is not able to answer, then you will be answered. So it will very good for everyone. It's a sort of revision also. But we love to do that if we have a particular session on quiz, and each and everyone, if each and everyone attend this session, at least they can able to clear the examination. From examination point of view, it's a sort of revision classes. So here we go. The importance of communication, as all we are very much familiar about this communication and its importance. So one by one, I'm taking a part of this. You able to see the screen, Panshu?
Yes, sir.
Good. So just I am making some setting on it. Yes. So the importance of communication, as we all are very much familiar with it. Very much familiar with it. What is the importance of communication system? So as we know, the communication, there is a three parties are involved. One is a sender, second is a message, and third is a receiver. So first, sender, his purpose will be complete if the receiver is agree and he accept the entire information from the sender. So effective communication, here we can see it is a very important for manager in the organization, which is help to perform these basic function of management. Because if he will able to convey the message of planning, what is his planning towards the achieving their goal, if he able to communicate what are the organizing process we need to organize, what the all factor of production, land, labor, capital, and entrepreneur. So we need to organize the all factors which help us to achieve our goals. And then leading is called the directing. And that manager can be lead their team with the effective communication. And once he lead the team, then he able to control the team, because planning is the starting head of any function, and controlling is a tail of completing and execution of the function So here controlling can be termed as a follow-up. You are very much familiar with it. Follow-up. So follow-up is a very important as a manager, as a team leader, once you are going to complete your project in a given time period. So ultimate, the first importance of communication system. And it is the importance of communication for it help manager to perform their job and responsibility. Point number one. Then point number 2, it serves as a foundation of planning. Ultimately, effective planning can help us to achieve our goals in an effective manner. All the essential information we can talk about, it must be communicated to manager, who in turn must communicate the plan so far as implement them. If there's a proper planning is effectively communicated to the team members, then team member is able to implement this plan. So moreover factor you are able to see here, the communication is a very important part for the planning, for the controlling, for directing, and ultimately execution of plan. Once we execute it, then we have to face so many other barriers in the planning, in the communication. So what are the barriers to communication? As just today you asked me your query, which is already given by your teachers on your WhatsApp group. What about the PUT exam versus Viva? So if you ask from the various sources, it will come such confusion in your mind. So this kind of some of other barriers we are going to discuss here. Barriers of communication, if we talk about here, so far we have seen what we mean by process of communication. Which process we are going to use? As I told you that there is a first communication, we need a sender, second is a message, third is a receiver, and overall channel of communication. What channel we are using for communicate? If we are using channel communicate for WhatsApp, but we must sure about the internet facility, proper mobile phone or required gadgets, it should be with the receiver. If receiver is not able to receive the message, then communication will not complete. So according to the receiver, that sender must have select the channel. So this far I've seen that we mean by the process of communication. But even time taking care, every other detail, some misunderstanding arise. Even then, we all are taking care about the proper communication, but somehow, some unavoidable circumstances, I'm talking about somehow, some unavoidable circumstances, there is some misunderstanding arises. And next we saw the another. So to eliminate this misunderstanding, ultimate the purpose of proper effective communication is eliminate the misunderstanding. So we have to understand most common barrier. The common barrier of communication, sometime we can see. Can you write down a chat box? What are the common barrier in your point of view? Don't bother about right and wrong. What are the barrier of communication as per your point of view? Write down in the chat box. Write down in the chat box. Yeah. Write down on chat box. What are the communication barrier? What you feel? Language. Yes. Add on in it. Add on. Add on your views. Language number 1. Yeah. Yes. Anyone? What you feel the barriers? Very nice, very nice. Hesitation in language, Sumit Kumar Shukla, wonderful. Jatin Bhardwaj, introvert behavior, very nice. Sumit, hesitation, yes. Jatin Bhardwaj, confidence, you can write down overconfidence. Huh? Yes, lack of confidence. Yes, Riya, wonderful. Thanks for helping us. Anyone, anyone, write down the chat box. What is in your views there is a barrier in communication? Hesitation, confidence, lack of confidence. Yes, Kripanshu, lack of confidence in particular domain. Sometimes, yes, we do not have a knowledge on that particular domain, then there is a communication barrier. Wonderful, wonderful. Good one, good one. Yes, write down more. It don't bother about right and wrong. You have to be right down. You have to be a participate. There's a barrier. If you are talking about the software engineer or any software project, then you can able to talk with the software engineers only. If you talk with the Sanskrit expert, then Sanskrit expert can see right and left and he say yes only, or he say yes, I'll see. So same like with us, if we are a software engineer, somebody talk in a Sanskrita, even then Sanskrit is a language of science. If you go the thorough study on the Sanskrit is a language of science. But here we are talking about the communication barrier. Communication barrier, it's yes, so many good things you write, technocrats. And now we come on the next point. What are the communication barriers? So it is a very common for all of us if we talk about listening to people. Even then God gave us 2 ears, one mouth, and give a message, listen twice then speak. Listen twice and speak. And those are a good listener, they are a good communicator. Because first they listen and they analyze what particular or rational answer is for this particular query. And sometimes people are listening you just to answer you and just to they shut your mouth. You can see the fight between two cousins, brother and sisters, or any other friends. Sometimes they don't want to listen you. They just want to shut you. They just want to cross your each and every sentence. They start discussion and convert discussion into argument. I think you're familiar with this. Discussion is taken in the positive note and it converted into argument. So what you can do, you can't help two people. Once they don't want to discuss, just they want to do argument. So discussion is taken always on a positive note, but you cannot help those people. Those are ready for argument or those believe in an argument. So avoid argument, welcome discussion. If you can write down this line anywhere, avoid argument. This is a line, avoid argument. You're familiar with this? Avoid argument. Welcome. Because discussion can give some result, some positive output. And you can be get some result. Your team can get some solution. If we talk about avoid argument, this is a good thing for all of us. And here I am taking a new slide for this. Avoid argument. Then what happened? If we follow this line, anyone can write down a chat box. What happened? If we follow this line in our life, yes, we get a positive output. Yes, write down in chat box. Good one. We get a more knowledge. Very nice, Ria. I am taking this word into this slide. Wonderful. Avoid argument. We can help take a more knowledge. And yes, anything, just write it. The benefit of, it's also called the brainstorming session. Can we call it brainstorming session? It will be give a brainstorming session. Anyone? Anyone? It will not bring a storm only in a life. Ria give a more knowledge. Yes, very nice. More learned technocrat. Wonderful. It's given by Jatin. Fruitful conclusion. Wonderful. If we can write here a fruitful. What we are doing a discussion. Avoid argument. Welcome discussion will give us a fruitful conclusion. Is it? Very nice, Sumit Kumar Shukla, and nice one, more learned technocrat. So don't worry about right and wrong, just be participate. Jatin Bhardwaj, very nice. Sagar Kataria, healthy communication, very nice. Healthy communication, wonderful. Yes, yes. So you see, with this discussion, different views point. Yes, very nice. Kripanshu, different views point. So we can write here the benefit of avoiding argument. Welcome discussion. Very nice. So there is some point here. We are ready with the slide. Benefit of avoiding argument. You can follow in your life. This subject doesn't mean just you have pass out in examination. This subject you can learn so many things which you can apply in your life. Because as I told you, the big University of America, they did research on it. The technocrat, even then they have a 85% of knowledge. But if they don't have a 15% of negotiation skill, communication skill, say their success ratio is very average, even below than average. But those have a good com skill, good negotiation skill, they get a good package, then Sundar Pichai and one of, if you go to Google, Nikesh Arora, my surname is that, Nikesh Arora, if you can note down and go for the Google, he got a 800 crore rupees package per year, 800 crore. You can assume he's an engineer. Then he become a manager. So ultimately, this is the power of this kind of management subject. You can make a billions. And after this, our new research, then sometime we never thought of listen as important subject, but now, if think that perhaps 80% of my work depend on my listening, note down the slide somewhere in your golden book. 18%, 80% of work depend on my listening to someone or on someone else listening to me. Because if he listen you carefully, then he can give you a good result. You listen to Vishali madam, she send you attendance link and put up, take action. There's a written communication and your written action is there required. So here, sometime we thought the listening is not important, but if feel 80% of work depend on listening of each other. As you all are a software engineer, you share your views with each other, with your team member, and each and every team member have a required degree with us, required knowledge. That's why he's working with you in that company. Ultimately, your fingers, your mind can give output. So the combination of your finger and minds can give a effective output once you use the between these two parts, mind and finger, there's a ears. So 80% part is very important. When you listen your need of consumer, then you can deliver him a required software. If you are not listening carefully, you can't deliver his required software. So listening is a very important, and it is very important in our personal life also. I think some of you feel if you are a good listener, there is a peace at home, and people loves you. You are a good listener because nobody want to listen. If you want to give a gift to anyone, just listen. Free of cost. You can enjoy the good friendship. Now, the gone wrong over the past couple of years suddenly realize the trouble have resulted from someone not hearing something or getting the distorted. So the last line is, we cannot get a result. There's a trouble in a result if we are not listened properly. So listening is a very important. And here it is fact that communication in the company inadvertently overlook the listening. So listening ultimate is a very important, and then we can decide it's a most important link of the company's communication and obviously also weakest one. It is important and weakest, both strength and weakness, but we must be a good listener. So sometime if we talk about the communication businessman discovering these all things, spoken word, written word, all effectiveness comes on the effective listening. So sometime there's a people talk show how to listen. So here I am emphasis on then you can increase your listening habit because you must listen your boss in your company, then you can able to deliver your services. And number two comes the power of talk. The power of talk, it's called the head of large multinational corporation. Any head. So each senior manager stood up, review the individual in his group, evaluated them for promotion, then they able to work on. So power of talk is very important, and there are women in every group, not one of them made the cut. So power of talk for the large organization is a very important. Don't be hesitate as you write in your barrier of communication. Don't be hesitate. Maintain your confidence, but be careful. Don't be overconfidence. Then after one another, the manager declare the effect. They do not have sometimes self-confidence. So for promotion, what you need a confidence. Got it my point? Through listening, your knowledge will enhance. Through knowledge, your power of talk will enhance. Your power of talk will enhance. It helps with your self-confidence. And once you have a self-confidence, then you get the promotion. So sometimes the doubt is here, how could be the talented woman in division suffer from the lack of self-confidence? So it is in the study. It is not talk about the talented woman or men also. They suffer the lack of self-confidence. Even then they are talented. Now, this is a term called personal selling. Personal selling, each and every intellectual, even then skilled, unskilled, semi-skilled. I'm talking about the all categories. Labor class, you say they are unskilled, just they use the rest of part of the body. This is the 6 to 10 inch part of the body. The people work from this part of body, and more than 99% population of this world, they are work this rest of the part of the body, their hand, their body, their muscles, each and everything. Only 1% people in the world, they work with their mind. So how here, the personal selling is when a sales representative meet with potential client. So don't go for that attitude. You are a sales representative. Don't go for that. Here I am talking about the personal selling means whatever knowledge you have, whatever, so you able to sell yourself. The personal selling. Now we start. This is the time for what? To generate knowledge. And once you have a knowledge, then somehow you pass the examination, you get a required degree. All right. If you have a effective knowledge with you, effective knowledge plus degree, what is the result? It helps you a confidence. And your body language is the first parameter. Body language, it shows your confidence. Your dressing sense, it is the one of the measure of shows. Are you agree with it? Can you add on some more in your chat box? Everyone, can you add on chat box? Personal selling, once you face our interviews. Yeah. Now the next year, even the next year, or can say in this 2021, you will face a lots of interviews. On that moment, even then you have a knowledge, you have a required degree, you need a confidence. So confidence comes, you have a effective knowledge in your own domain. Someone talk about, if you don't have a knowledge on your domain, then you cannot get a confidence. Is it? Agree with me? You must have a perfect in your domain, wherever. You must have a perfect in your domain, so then you able to develop the knowledge, able to develop. As you are a computer science student, you get, it is the right time. You will opt for so many information. You can learn Python language, Java, or whatever the required. Sometime I able to listen Amazon Web Services, Salesforce. Even then you go for the Amazon Web Service, go for the Salesforce. You must have a effective knowledge. You must have a effective knowledge. Then effective knowledge plus degree, you get a confidence. From next year, the November, December, your placement drive is going to start, and you start to sell your personal selling. It is a part of personal selling. Your body language. If you are not running every day in the morning, start running, because you will breathe well. Even then, woke up early in the morning, 5 a.m., just take a glass of water, then again go to your bed, no issue. Even then morning is the 5 a.m., for the 5 minutes, make your habit, make your habit. So it is slow habit will develop your confidence, morning confidence. All right. Whosoever has added one more point, anyone? It will helpful in the interviews, personal selling. So That each and every, even though we are a scientist, we are a technocrat, we are engineer, we are a civil engineer, whatever, starting with the personal selling. We offer our services to the industry, and industry asks only one thing: what you can do for our organization. What you can do for. So jot down your points, what you can serve better. If you mention in your resume that I can serve point number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then you must be a confident in it. You must have a effective knowledge on this point. So this is the part of the personal selling. And I am waiting some more points from you. Just added the some more points. How many of mention in the chat box? Yes, well groomed, wonderful. Ria, yes, great. How you carry yourself, it is a very important. Huh? Ria, you will agree? We have a lots of dresses in our almirah or wardrobe, but how we carry it? Sometimes people said, if we have money, then we can wear a good cloth. Not at all. You have money, you can carry, but important, what is style of your dress? You can go that. You can go that. Okay. So this is the well-groomed and very nice, right, Kripanshu? Way of presenting effective knowledge. That's a wonderful, wonderful. How you are presenting your knowledge. This is the important. Just note down this point which is given by the Kripanshu. So way your presentation, it's called your presentation. If I write it here, but if our way of presentation, it helps us. Probability of selection becomes so high. Way of presentation of our knowledge. Absolutely. It's truly nice. Way of presentation of knowledge. What we have, if we do not have a confidence in our knowledge, then we said might be he is confused. So confusion versus confidence both work together. If we have a higher confidence, there's no confusion. Be straightforward. Yes, 10 means 10. 11, 11. Might be 10 to 15, might be this and this. It will says you have shaken your confidence. Anyone can add it more? Anyone? So your dressing sense, you're carrying sometime the color of your belt match with the color of your shoes. Because normally boys are very rich. They have no choice of their dressing. Either they can choose the light color shirt or blue or white or blue pant, gray pant or black pant. But luckily girls have a plenty of choices, plenty of options. But important is you must be a well-groomed yourself, well-dressed. There's a one word I am mentioning here, either stress or depress. I'm not written here. You can note down in your mobile phone, note down anywhere else. Stress or depress. Forget. You must be a well-dressed. Once you are going to your office, office is your temple. You must be go in the office with a very effective manner. Don't be shows or lazy. No lethargic attitude is accepted. You must be a well-dressed. Stress or depressed, you must be well-dressed. Whatever the reason. So ultimate personal selling is a very important in the life. And here I'm talking about risk taking and resilience. Risk taking and resilience, if we talk, this is a very important. And this is my last slide. I wish to take one more session tomorrow with the rest of other slides also. So I think I need to be close this session here. If we talk about the assignment, you must write 10 points of today's learning, which is very important. And I'm very happy for the today's interaction with you. You give me some point, then after that some point we make some more slides. It is very effective. So here, be able to learn importance of communication today's session, be able to learn barrier of communication, be able to learn listening to people, benefit of avoiding arguments, and thought of listening. Listening is a very important in our professional and personal life, and the power of talk, which is very important, and personal selling. So tomorrow we will discuss this risk taking. So next is the date is 15th of July. We will take the session risk taking and resilience, and we make a plan out about the quiz contest. And I love to see some more people in the class. So wonderful session for all of us. Good day. Enjoy your weather. It was a lovely weather. Enjoy everyone. Yeah. So your attendance part is completed. Is it completed?